Imagine. Take your wildest dream and make it a reality. Make it not a dream anymore. Make it something that's real. Bring it to fruition. Tell yourself you're a star.
Peace. Choose to inspire, not destroy podcast, and we're back.
Austin.
Yo, choose to inspire, not destroy.
Peace. Choose to inspire, not destroy podcast episode 28, and we're back. I got my guys with me, Brandon, Kofi, I'm G. If this is your first time here, welcome. Thank you for joining us and giving us a shot. We hope you enjoy and we hope you stick around. If you've been here before, you already know what's up. Hope you inspired and life is good and you getting through what you need to get through. Fellas, what's going on, Kings? It's good to see y'all, man. I'm excited to sit down and talk to y'all today.
Hey, my brother, I put up, well, I'm about to take some credit for something I didn't do. But we put up some Halloween decorations in the front of the house today.
Nice.
Yeah, we got like the nightmare.
Wait. Hold on. You said we or somebody else? I just caught what you said.
Oh, yeah. I'm taking a lot of credit.
You taking
what I did, so I got hue lights in front of the crib. For those listeners who may not know, you can adjust the color and stuff like that with your phone. So I set like a nice little like Halloween theme, kind of like what's happening behind me, right in the front of my house. They put up, like my wife's sister put up the inflatables. They're all mistaken. But I went behind with the weed whacker and made it look nice.
Oh, that's tough.
So
nah,
like,
yeah,
I did my part.
That's tough. You gave it the shape up. So, the shape up is the most important part to all of that. Kofi, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
I'm good, man. Just trying to figure out this refrigerator nonsense, but I'm good. First world
the Xbox mini fridge?
What'd you say? The Xbox mini fridge? No. Never that. No.
Oh, man.
If it were a PlayStation mini fridge, it'd be a different story.
Hold on. It's hilarious to us because we was just talking about it, but to those out there who might not know, Target is about to have a Xbox One mini fridge on sale starting October 19th. And I was just telling B about it.
Do to move them Xboxes because they're slow moving right now.
Oh man.
Yo, why are you so mad?
Yeah, word. Xbox ain't bothering you.
I'm just saying listen, simple supply and demand, right?
At least you'll be able to get one. If it's a PlayStation 1, it's going to be like $5,000 and you're not even going to be able to get it.
Yeah, I feel like I should order extras and just
have them on StockX or something.
Wait, no, those are probably because they're probably more popular than they're probably more popular than the actual system itself, so those will probably move.
Watch when you see it, because I'm getting one. You can hate all you want. Watch when you see it. Watch when you see it. You're going to come over here. If you say so. I guess that could even tie into one of the questions I got for y'all, since when you get older, you probably start hating a little bit.
Nah, hold on. Time out. You ain't tell us how your weekend went.
Well, that's no. Oh, all right, but this is definitely not topic. This is a real question that I got for y'all.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to not really fix it. They're supposed to be sending somebody on Tuesday. Oh yeah, just dealing with that and trying to figure out this Eternals mess.
What's wrong with the fridge?
So my wife pointed out a couple of, I want to say earlier in the week, that it wasn't drawing water to make ice anymore. And I was like, sometimes it does that. We've also had construction up and down the street, like they were replacing the pipes in the street and then hooking us back up. So at first I thought it was like the water pressure because she Googled it and they were like, oh, it could be because there's no water pressure, so it's not drawing enough water or whatever. But then I noticed it wasn't even making the noise as though it was trying to draw it. So it'll make this weird noise in the middle of the night, like it's sucking in water, and then it'll just hold it, and that's what creates the ice cube. So it wasn't doing that for a couple of days, and I was like, is it me or does it seem like, the stuff in the fridge is getting warm? Then I had George has seen this. I have my cocktail ice cubes that I keep in my fridge. Those became watery, and I was like, "There's something up with the fridge completely." Mm-hmm. So I called LG, and they were like, "Yeah, you're kind of out of warranty, but we're still gonna send somebody and we'll pay for it." And like, we can't get anybody there until Tuesday. I'm pretty sure it's something wrong with the Freon because I reset the water line, so I closed it. I unscrewed it. I screwed it back in. I unscrewed it from the fridge and screwed it back in to make sure that it wasn't a pressure issue. It just won't freeze. It won't freeze anything in the freezer. Nothing in the fridge is cold. So we have the deep freezer in the basement and like a mini fridge, not an Xbox mini fridge, but a mini fridge in the basement that we were able to do this. So I don't know. It's, like I said, it's a first world inconvenience more than anything else. There's things that are a lot worse out there than not having one of 3 refrigerators working. So.
Yeah, I think if that was your only fridge, that would be at the top of the list.
Yeah, that would be the worst. It's terrible dealing with fridges anyway that's messed up because they act like the parts and the cost to fix it is like getting a whole new one. It don't even make sense to get it fixed. And
the trepidation right now is, imagine if they have to order a part from overseas right now.
You finished,
right?
Yeah.
So I might as well get a new fridge. But the other crazy part is, I was joking about this with my wife, is I don't remember how they got the fridge through the door because there was something we tried to do something with. I think it was it wasn't the fridge. There was something that was going on with this fridge where they were going to try and take the fridge out. And like they damaged one of the walls, and I was like, I don't remember how they got it in. So I don't know if they screwed the doors off first when it got off the truck, and then brought it in through the front door. If they took it through the side door, so that's my only problem. Is like if I have to get a new fridge, I don't know if they did that out of it as a courtesy or if that's like normal operating procedure. Like if they get someplace and it doesn't fit through the door, they just take it off the hinges, not the door, but the refrigerator doors off the hinge. So I don't know. We'll see.
That's a courtesy, bro.
When dude brought the fridge into my crib, I live in a split level house, right? So when you walk in the door, there's steps to go up, steps to go down. Right? So not a lot of steps, maybe 4 steps, 5 steps to go up the stairs. The kitchen is right there. You can just gunshot it right through. Mm-hmm. Dude starts dude at the top, dude at the bottom, right? Dude starts trying to get the fridge up upstairs. The fridge almost falls over on him. I leap over the railing to try and save him. I'm holding on. I'm almost flipping over the top of my railing. Everybody's like, oh.
Was he by
himself? So it was really 3 lives you saved. Yo, this dude. You got to put that on the saved life list.
I didn't even remember that one. Yeah.
Wait. Hold on. This dude was moving. Was he by himself?
Nah, he had a partner.
That's whack. His partner was on the other side, it was falling on. That's crazy. Aren't they strap it around the both of them and how those?
I don't know how they supposed to do it. I know they didn't do it like that.
Yeah. That sounds all wrong. The person on the bottom is supposed to have the bottom is supposed to be angled more going up the stairs, not going back. Right. This dude. Happen to deal with refrigerators is I feel your pain, Kofi, because the situation after the storm, Ida or whatever it was, our refrigerator in the basement is gone. It's gone forever. That's how I know that when they say the parts and the labor and all of that is the cost is not even worth doing it. You might as well just get a whole new joint.
Right, it's pretty nuts, especially now with all
that joint kicked me out.
About to say, come on, bruh.
Yeah, so we'll see. It's probably like trying to get a new car. I don't know. We'll see what happens on Tuesday. I mean, if I have to buy a new one, I'm just gonna go to Best Buy and say, listen, give me one. Show me which one of these that you have here right now on display you actually have in your warehouse 4 miles away. and then just go from there. And that's pretty much. I mean, is who knows how long it'll take. Listen, for what I do for work, I mean, there's stuff. Good luck, November and December with stuff on shelf.
Yeah.
At this point, I can't imagine a large appliance like that. Crazy.
Yeah, that's why they having early Black Friday sales. Like they not even waiting until November. They trying to act like they doing it next week.
And what's crazy about that is, from a retailer standpoint, right? Like their one goal is to maximize profitability. So, not to go off on a tangent, but for Black Friday, the appliances that you would normally put on sale, do you really put them on sale now? Because like there's scarcity around it, right?
Yeah.
Like they actually have to be promoted, even though we know for the most part they have different model numbers from their counterparts, and they are made with not refurbished parts, but lesser quality parts, right? They're still new. It's just not necessarily the same quality of parts that you would normally get throughout the year, which is kind of crazy that they even do that. But there's still this level of scarcity, right? Because they might only have 300 for the entire year at this point.
Yeah.
So do you put it on sale? Do you not put it on sale? Which is funny that Xbox is putting on sale a refrigerator, which means there's pent up stock.
Yo, this dude, Xbox ain't bothering. Like, I don't understand. You trying to take a joyous thing that me and B was sharing and just hate. You can't rain on our parade with this one, bro.
Pointing out supply and demand. That's all.
We'll see. At least you gonna see it in the video I send y'all when I get the lights right.
What about you, G?
My weekend, it was crazy. Not even the weekend, starting from Wednesday, because it was Amari's birthday. He turned 7, and the celebration was just like, it was unexpected. It was different. It almost felt like it was my birthday a little bit. I ain't even gonna front, because his pops came up and took him and his sister out to get something to eat. They chilled. When they got back, we sang happy birthday. I made him a cake. And just the vibe and the energy of me being around his pops in that space at my crib is different for me. It was like a man moment. Because, I don't know if it's really a common thing for a dad and a stepdad to interact like that. At least not for me. I never thought in a million years that I would be having some sort of relationship or whatever with his father. And it didn't feel weird. The energy felt right. I feel like he understands that I love his children and I have their best interests at heart. And I'm a good dude, and he's a good dude. So it was like a man moment for me, because it was something that I never thought that I would do or that I would be comfortable doing.
That's pretty dope.
Do you think it's just because like y'all are both solid individuals, or like you just at a space where you would have been, doing what's best for the kid regardless?
It could be both. It could be both. Because it was like, usually you would just be like, whatever, I'm going to tolerate this because it's his birthday and, I don't want to be the Grinch. I don't want to be the bad guy. But when it's like, you're not tolerating it, it's a cool experience. It's a decent vibe. Like, his energy is what it needs to be for y'all both to be in the same space. And I feel like my energy was what it needed to be for us to really to come together for the first time like that. And it was good, because it's not something that we do. Like, that's not a regular thing. This is a one of one for that to happen. And it was good money. I enjoyed myself and I felt good. It felt good that he was comfortable and that he was giving me the type of energy to make it seem like, yo, dog, I recognize and I understand that you a good dude and you looking out for my babies over here, because those are my babies too. So it was nice. It wasn't like no alpha, yo, these are mine type vibe. It was like, we here, happy birthday, kid. So Amari, happy birthday, bruh. Hope you enjoyed yourself.
So
Yeah, what kind of cake did you bake?
Red
We all-
velvet, red velvet. That's what he wanted. Yeah, I ain't even going front. When I found out that like he wanted to cut it while his pops and his brother was still here, and his pop's wife
that's
was
cool.
was with him. So I was like, damn. Usually my cakes be good money, but what if this is the one that's trash? Was like, what if
Lot
this?
riders on this
Yeah,
cake.
what? Like, what if this the one that's not a hit? Because I started to make an ice cream cake for him. And I was like,
Oh!
yeah. And I did one for Austin. And at that moment when it was like, yo, can we cut the cake so, my dad and Ethan can have, I was like, it would have been much more impressive if I would have had that red velvet ice cream cake.
Right.
It really would have. It really would have been
Word. It's like, I need a do-over. I need a do-over. Caught me at a bad time.
You just gotta ship a sample of Kofi beforehand, and then you'll know.
There you go.
Yeah.
The gold belly.
Kofi gonna get that live and direct when we have this get together. This like a retreat, like a bonding type retreat. It's gonna be fire. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it'll be good for us, good for the show, and just good for brothers to come together. B, you already know how we do, so you throw Kofi in that mix, a little extra seasoning, it'll be a great time.
Yeah, 100%.
Be a
Bring your
great
young
time.
man ankles because the coach got a hoop near him. Ooh.
Nah, yo, this dude,
Yeah,
you can't be serious. He not serious.
Bring your young
he
man
been.
please,
You know how I
'cause I'm
know
ready.
he. You know how I know he friend Kofi, cause he been to the crib and it's 2 hoops in the back. He ain't
Ooh, and I ain't
even.
saying a word about it.
He ain't even touched the rock.
I ain't
Now,
even look for the
now, now it's the do rag. I knew it was something going on. This is a whole other person, man. A whole other person.
Yo, you got the Death and Return of Superman hat. You know,
He's feeling froggy. Get
Speaking
out.
of which, did either of you see the DC fandom?
I've seen
stuff
the things that came from it. Yeah. I didn't watch it live, but I saw like the trailers and stuff that came out of it. The Flash looks pretty excellent.
Yeah, I mean, even my wife was like, "Oh, that looks pretty good." I was just curious about the Batman stuff. I was like, if this was the type of movie you were going for, then why didn't you let Christopher Nolan actually continue his series?
100%.
Right? George, have you seen it yet?
Nah, Christopher was actually talking to me about that while we was coming back from taking Austin home, but I ain't really know what he was talking about. He just said the Flash seems cool and he's looking forward to seeing Batman.
And interesting to get your perspective because you're not like deep in the culture like the both of us, but like
Yeah.
it'll be from your point of view. Because I was like, this looks like a different version of the Batman Begins or the Dark Knight trilogy, and I'm like, you should just let Christopher Nolan have either finished it. If you didn't really want Christian Bale doing it, then you should have been honest that we actually want Robert Pattinson doing it. And like I don't
I'm
know.
still
But
confused
it
by
looks-
that choice.
It looks good. I mean, it looks better than it's definitely not like your 90s Batman movies, George.
Oh, all right.
So none of the like it looks good. It looks believable. The Riddler looks like, a below person and
Nah,
Yeah.
you gotta watch the trailer to the Flash, and I don't want to spoil
Oh,
what
yeah.
happens at the end of it.
Yeah.
But once you watch it, there's like a little 1 second image
well,
that we got to discuss.
he might pick it up with the voiceover because the voiceover is that.
We got it. I don't want to spoil it.
I have
but
no
you gotta watch it.
idea what y'all talking about.
Yo,
Who's the best Batman
but-
to y'all?
It's got to be Christian Bale.
Right. Most believable, 100%.
Yeah, it's got to be Christian Bale.
Why they do his voice
Every-
like that though?
The problem with every other Batman to me is like, I mean, it's not a problem, but like they were going for the cartoony type vibe,
Oh,
right? Where
all
like
right.
Christian Bale was like a dude who
Yeah,
fought it out
yeah,
with the league, right?
yeah,
And like
Right.
yeah.
came up to it and like had a different feel to it.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, the first movie, he had like bruises on his back. He had the messed up towel that was like ceramic. And he couldn't turn his head.
Yeah,
Dog biting him.
it was excellent.
Yeah, he's.
Yeah.
What's the best Batman? Which is the best one?
Like the best franchise or
Nah, the
like
best
the best
movie.
Batman movie?
The best movie.
The best movie, in my opinion, the best movie has to be The Dark Knight, the one with Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
I'm going with Batman Begins.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
First time seeing Ra's al Ghul on screen?
Nah, it's just the energy to it. Like even for like that and like the first Iron Man movie, where it's like super grounded in reality.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, I mean, he's a ninja, but they beating him up, right? Like he's just learning to fight more than one person, but he's not like invincible at that point yet, right? Like,
Right.
And like all of it, like it's not believable, but it's not outlandish yet.
Yeah.
Right. Like
Right.
both of them just ring to me, and I'm like, oh, that's fire. Like the way that they connected real world events with like the cartoony, comic-y unbelievableness of it.
I will say though, I appreciate the way they depicted Bane. I was like, that's a really cool way to have Bane like appear, right? Because like other than that, like Bane's comic book origin is terrible. At least the old one, right? Like he was just a psycho on drugs, and he was strong enough to break Batman's back. Like this is more believable with him having studied in the same techniques. And like when he was fighting Batman, and he was like, "Darkness, I live in darkness. You only pretend to be there." Like it was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about you, G? Which one? Which one you give it up?
Dark Knight. Dark Knight was crazy to me. Heath Ledger, amazing performance. Rest in peace. You know, like a tragic loss. That he really he sold it for me. I don't even know if it was about Batman, honestly.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, a lot of the best superhero movies are like villain stories,
Yeah.
right? And like that's what sells them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm actually excited to catch the Injustice animated movie on the 19th. Did you see they talked about that also?
Mm-hmm.
Just to give you some background, George, really quick, it's like what if the Justice League, or what if really Superman was pushed to like the edge and does something that he doesn't normally do.
Oh, wow.
And the trailer they showed, because I skipped most of it, but then I went back and watched the trailer, or like the clip that they showed, and I was like, that's crazy. But if you like the Joker, like you'll definitely like the Injustice movie that's coming on the 19th.
Oh, all right. They roping me in slowly with all of this like superhero and comic stuff. I actually just watched Black Widow today.
Oh, nice.
And
What'd you think?
I'm confused, bruh. I'm like, who is she? You know, because in the movies they make her seem like she's a hero, but she's not Captain America. Like in this one, they made it seem like she was the female Captain America. She's like withstanding stuff that no regular person could survive. She's really amazing. I understand it's her movie and it's about her, but it's like, damn, why you don't make her seem like this in all of the other joints? Like she's fire in this. It just threw me off.
Yeah, I feel like they gave her her marvelous moment. But if you take a step back and you realize who she was actually like dealing with compared to what the rest of them deal with, it kind of seems a little bit in line, right? Like she wasn't dealing with somebody that had like some crazy ability. Even the way they did Taskmaster, I was like, oh, that's pretty smart, right? And that would be logically be the only way that she could stop Taskmaster, right? Like if not, it would have to be like somebody like Thor or somebody, just because Taskmaster has the ability to mimic anyone's moves, right? So how can you beat that? But to have that emotional connection between the two of them, I'm like, all right, well, that's pretty smart how you do it. I mean, they had to try and make it a $1 billion movie somehow, so it had to be a little.
They tried.
They could have skipped it. That's how
I feel like if it came out when it was supposed to come out, it would have had more of an impact, and it would have been a little bit of an easier sell to people.
I feel like it needed to come out 2 Avengers movies ago. It was just
make her seem like that off the rip. Like
there was just not enough to keep up with the current slate, right? Like every other hero is better than her. I don't want to see a whole movie of her anymore. It was garbage.
Yeah.
I didn't want to see it.
Yeah.
I saw it.
No disrespect to her, but
I mean, I looked at it from the angle of, all right, this is how Hawkeye is set up. This is why this is that way. So that's what I went into it, because I was like, we already know that she's gone, right? Unless there was some plan to bring her back somehow, which was very much a possibility. But I was like, oh, I walked away from it saying that was a cool movie. I like how they set up Hawkeye.
So she's not gonna appear anymore in the other movies?
Nah,
unless they do like
her sister becomes the new widow.
Oh, all right. So I could live with it then, because it's like she about to be out anyway. We're gonna send her off with a bang and make it seem like she really was official, because hardly none of the stuff that she was doing in this movie I was like, wait. When did she become like this? She had the serum or something? Like they gave her some super serum? Because I didn't know she gave it up like that, but now it makes sense. If it's a great farewell, then I enjoyed it. If that's the case, I enjoyed it. If it's a send-off,
answered a bunch of questions too. So
I'm cool. But all of this is tying in. That's a part of my weekend too. That's a part of me realizing like I'm old, bruh. I'm like really like I crossed over into the line of things are different, because it's a time where like if you really like movies, you could go through a day and watch 3 movies. You could just watch movies all day, nonstop, binge like one after the other. Yo, I can't get through not one movie anymore, bruh. Like I'm falling asleep.
Getting tired.
Yeah, I be like head falling back, mouth open. Yo, it don't matter where I'm at. I could be standing up trying to watch a movie and fall asleep. My wife was like, yo, you can't never make it through a movie no more. And I don't know what's going on. I think it's just I crossed over into that bracket.
Elderly?
Yeah. What makes me feel old, it's like seeing children be big. Right, like having my daughter not be like handheld.
Yeah,
it's like, it's over for me.
Yeah, it's like damn, bro.
Even worse than that is like seeing people that like have always been older than you, not seem that much older than you no more.
Yeah,
you're like, oh,
yeah,
man.
like we damn near the same now. Like how we almost the same age and you always been older than me.
What is happening right now? You're like, oh. You're supposed to be the OG.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. It's crazy when you start saying stuff that older people used to say. Like Austin, he always want to eat out when he come up here. He think it's like it's party time or whatever. So he's like, yo.
Don't tell me.
He want Burger King. And I'm like, I said, you got Burger King money? I was like, wait. Like, hold on.
I thought you was going to say we got food in the house.
I told him, because burgers, I was like, you about to have Daddy King. Like, it's over for that Burger King. I'm about to...
burgers are good, so...
Yeah. He kept asking. That's another thing. Like, yo, your kids, they just keep asking when they want something and don't stop? Or is that just mine? Like, yo, that's super annoying to ask for something and it be like, nah. And then they still asking. And it's like, yo, I said no already, man. You can't have it.
Yo, my daughter knows when she's crossed too many asks. It's like, yo, can we get some Lucky Charms? We'll get it when we go to the grocery store. Oh, we about to pass the store. Can we go Lucky Charms? Nah, I said when we go, it's later. We're not going right now. When can we go get some Lucky Charms? All right, you know what?
Yeah, that's how it was with the Burger King. He kept saying it over and over again. I broke though. I ain't even going front. So I guess he won if you stay persistent and keep asking.
That's nuts. Yeah, no, ours don't do that. That was a good question though.
Yo, I gotta host the next one. If I get kicked out one more game,
yeah, I make a deal with you. All right, we'll give it a shot. Let me put it on record though in front of the audience. If B hosts the next episode and I get kicked off, if the host gets kicked off the show, it's Ixnay. It's Ixnay. Kofi, don't even keep talking. He's saying it's my signal, it's my service, but that's like that's in house. I mean, B, I got you because I ain't really want to deal with the camera angles this time around anyway, but it worked out, so we'll give it a shot. And being old, see, we kicking it so much that I at least want to give it a few minutes because it's all connected. Like I notice I'm the energy in my crib, so if I come around and I'm up and I'm on, you know, the vibe is up, the energy is up, and the mood is right or whatever. But if I come around and I'm that other guy, and you know I'm the dark cloud entering everybody's space, then it's a whole other type of energy. So I wanted to know, how do y'all, you know, keep focused, keep moving forward and doing the things you need to do and providing the type of energy that you need to provide when you're overwhelmed with whatever it is. Like whenever you got that weight on your back and you going through your own thing, you don't really have it to present that type of vibe. How do you push through that?
George, you want to go first?
You want
whoever?
I'll go for
whoever.
First,
B,
right?
go in, bruh.
Because I feel like mine's gonna be a little left or a little short, right? Because if I'm being sincerely honest, I haven't really had too many of those days lately, all right? Because a lot of things are going well for me, right? And it's goes wrong that you got to compensate, right? That like maybe your money is low and you got to like shoulder that burden, right? And you can't let the wife know like, oh, we kind of struggling, right? Like you got to like hold that, right? Like as a man, I understand all the equality things and like all that stuff, but like men hold that feeling, you know, we got to hold our family, provide and protect. So like our foundation is kind of stable right now, and without having, I mean, I'm not wealthy, but without having like the minor money issues, right? Like if my fridge breaks, I can replace the fridge, right? So like even when I went to go check you, and then my like when I started, as soon as I got on the highway, check engine light came on. I was like, oh, I called wifey immediately. I was like, yo, the check engine light came on. She was like, oh man, not now. I was like, I mean, there's money in the account, like they'll just fix it. And she was like, yeah, I guess you're right. And I'm like, wow, that was like a eye opener for me in that moment. Like, oh, we good, right? Like if the things that normally like cause the boat to rock is like some pressure, and there's not a lot of things putting pressure right now, right? So like, unfortunately, I don't have like an idea for what you can do to, you know, navigate waters. My best advice is like stay out of the water.
For me, it really depends. Like I think the most recent thing I went through was like stuff with like work and learning a new job and like adjusting to everything. So I end up like having to like focus in on that and like kind of like shutting everything else down, like up early, up late, trying to get my hands wrapped around it, right? So that way I can be comfortable in everything else in personal life. So it's either that or if it's more stuff unrelated to work, it's a bunch of coffee or just like nodding off as you're driving someplace.
Ooh, that's the worst one.
Trying not to, but like everybody has a thing they do when they're getting really tired. When they drive, for me, I start scratching my head. And I don't know what it is. It's just like, it's something that like is like the signal that, man, I'm really getting tired. So there's that.
I just fidget and bulge my eyes a lot.
Have either one of y'all ever fallen asleep driving? Like really fell asleep?
for like 8 seconds.
But like,
maybe
wow.
like 1 second. I mean, because like I was like in bumper to bumper traffic.
Oh,
Right,
all
where
right,
it's
all
not
right.
moving.
Yeah.
And I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I definitely closed my eyes a little too long. And wifey was like in the car with me. She's like, yo, you good? I was like, you know what?
Why is that always the question? You good? Like, no. If you see me, then you know I'm not good. I'm not okay.
I don't think I'm good.
Yeah.
You look over and my eyes are shut.
Yeah.
We are good.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't be able to like time it.
You shouldn't be looking at me waiting to see when I'm gonna open my eyes. Like there's a problem. Nah, that happened to me.
The music already.
Yeah. I fell asleep. When we first moved to Jersey, like the commute and everything was so different and it was so crazy. So I used to park at the train station and then just drive home from the train station in the morning. I made it like 2 blocks from my house and fell asleep and hit a car in front of me at a stop sign. I was like, I only knew I fell asleep because the truck at the time, it beeped when you got too close. And I heard the and then the hit and I was like, oh, damn. And it was my wife's truck. Brand new Murano white joint, fire. I guess because I had my hood on, and at the time, that's when I was a bigger dude. The way I jumped out, the guy didn't even say that. He was like, "Oh, it's all right, it's all right," and he jumped in his vehicle and left. I was like, thank you. It might have been because my eyes was probably bloodshot or whatever, because I was asleep. And the way I got out, because I was getting out to apologize. I was really gonna be like, "Yo, it's my fault. I'm sorry. I'm bugging. I'm tired. No damage, please, like let's keep it moving." But I must have got out looking so crazy that he didn't even look at his back. He was just like, yeah, he was like, it's okay. I was like, 2 blocks from the house.
They say that's usually where it happens, right? It's like within 3 miles from your home.
Were you too familiar?
Yeah, no good. Damn, so y'all think it's a more of a mental health thing? Because when everything is good, like there's nothing to complain about. If you have a actual checklist and you just being based in the reality of your situation, when everything is straight and you still don't feel like everything is straight, like you finding little things to be annoyed by or be complaining about, like the fridge, Kofi. It's like, I could replace the fridge, but I'm tight anyway. Like the check engine, like, come on, yeah, I could take care of it, but I'm tight anyway. I'm just pissed off. That's just you? That's just the individual causing that problem?
No, I think it's a natural order of things, right? As you have less to worry about from a previous I guess silhouette in life, you then other things replace it, right? Like that's what, it's the same thing that that when you talk about socioeconomic class, right? And like wealthy people say, oh, you don't want the problem we have. Right now, all you have to worry about is like putting food on the table, but we have to worry about keeping our money from people, right? Like it's at one point they had to worry about potentially putting food on the table, and it evolved to how do we keep all of this money, right? And then all of the other things that come in between that are replaced by something else. If that makes any sense. So like you may be good and you're no longer worrying about that, but now it's another set of things that you have to worry about because you're at this point in your life where the normal stuff is taken care of. It's the weird stuff, right?
I feel like first off, that's a good topic for another day, right? Like, does money buy happiness, right? And like those problems, that's a good one. Right? Yeah. Because spoiler alert, the answer is yes. And people who say no are lying.
I've been a big proponent of it helps. It helps.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah.
I'd rather cry in the bins
Yeah. Yeah. Word. I'd rather be mad
But
and
like,
be able to take care of the stuff that I need to take care of. Like I could live with that because it's a
Right.
whole different ball game when you just really don't have it. It just makes you feel ungrateful. I think B froze again. This dude.
Either that or he's really good at the math. One or the other.
Oh man, he can't be that good. But I get it, Cole, man. It's just I think for me, it's just something hardwired in me to always kind of see the glass half empty. And then go back and see it for what it really is. Like at face value, I never kind of just be like, oh nah, it's all good or everything is okay, everything is gonna be okay. I kind of gotta go through the motions of being up and down.
No, that's fair. Huh. Wow. A couple of things came to mind. One, we may have a special guest for the Money Doesn't Buy Happiness segment or podcast. Just throwing that out there.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. And then it is in, I think, older and older I get, the more and more I realize it is impossible for someone to be happy all the time, right? Because I look at somebody like Robin Williams, who appeared to be he was making people laugh every single day, right? And bringing joy to kids, right?
Yeah.
He was the voice of the genie, the most beloved Disney character probably in the history of Disney.
Yeah.
The genie from Aladdin, right?
Yeah.
And he himself wasn't happy.
Yeah.
And then you read more and more about like the things that like happened in his life, including potentially, I haven't really read up on it, but I've seen a couple of like articles about like his original deal with, playing that character and how he was going to be paid versus nowadays. Like it took him going through what he went through for it to be a learning lesson for every other actor.
Yeah.
Like pretty much from what I understand is he didn't get paid pretty much anything for that role because he took his money on the net of it. And I guess there's a thing they call funny math in Hollywood where they can make money disappear and say that things cost more than they did. So if you're expecting to get money after all of that taken out, you're going to be wasting time.
Oh,
So
wow.
there's that. And, just his mental health, like he seemed to be happy, but he really wasn't happy. So I think it's perfectly normal to be within the range of the extremes, right? I don't think anybody's 100% happy all the time, or their to-do list is completely checked off and they're just happy with like nothing to do. Because then if you have nothing to do, then are you bored? Right?
Yeah.
Are you now replacing things that you don't have to worry about with new things that you either want to worry about or things that you think won't be an issue that end up becoming an issue? So I think it's always something to worry about, or not necessarily worry about, but think about, and things that may not necessarily go your way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy how like not even just him, but so many of these celebrities and entertainers that you think they on top of the world and they have everything that they could want in life, they don't be happy. So it's weird. Like some people, money really does the trick. Other people, it don't matter to them.
Yeah. I was joking around with my wife actually last night as we were watching DC thing, and The Rock came on, and like you and I have had this conversation about being physically fit. And man, I would kill to be in shape like him, but I love food way too much.
Yeah.
Like that type of shape, and I'm sure, and he looks like he enjoys food and he works really, really hard. So I'm not throwing that out there on him, but man, like in order for me to get there would mean I'd have to give up a bunch of stuff that I absolutely love. And like I'm in shape and unhappy because I can't have key lime pie. Right? like I don't, but that's what I mean, right? So you get to that point, right, where no longer being in shape is no longer a thing, right? So now it's replaced. Now you're worrying about staying in shape. Then you replace all of the worry about shape with how am I going to stay in shape, and therefore you're not happy because you have to wake up at 4 a.m. and work out for 3 hours, have like a dessert once a week, and go running like 50 miles a day like you're in the military or something.
That I don't even think like that body type is not ideal. Like that's where people get it twisted. They think changing their diet or eating everything that they see these people eat and working out the way they think they're working out, that's really the results they're gonna get. Like it's a fairy tale. Between Photoshop and just all the little tricks that you can do with taking your pics right after the workout. So you're full, you're more cut, you look better than you usually would when you wake up in the morning. It's like these people being sold a dream, but I think people want to be sold a dream. Some people they want to live in the fantasy. They don't really care too much about the reality.
Yeah. I think you're right about that. Although I have seen him on a bad day, like random photos, and I'm like, I would still.
Nah, The Rock,
I would still sacrifice the young for that shape.
Yeah,
but
he's real deal. You think he's taking a performance enhancement? Because that plays a part too.
I don't think so. I think maybe during his professional wrestling career, where it needs to be a certain, like he needs to have a certain look all the time. Mm-hmm. But I think for acting, I don't think he does or has to, because he is by far in shape more than anybody else in Hollywood. Even if he gave up for 3 months, he would still be in better shape than anyone else in Hollywood. So like, and I don't think that I also think the roles that he's now getting don't require him to be that weird, like John Cena shape, right? The reason John Cena looks weird is because he's still a professional wrestler, right? So he doesn't look like an actor. He looks like he is like somebody that's just starting out in the industry, where The Rock kind of looks more natural, and it's not like he spent all day in the gym.
Yeah.
You think The Rock looks natural and like he hasn't spent all day in the gym?
No sound.
When you compare him, I think when you compare him to the way he looked when he was first coming out of professional wrestling, so like a John Cena right now, I think it's a night and day. I think he looks more than he did when he was first coming out of professional wrestling, because that was the expectation to continue to be a part of that arena at that point, was you need to look exactly the way at your best, at the top of your performance, no matter what, or you will no longer be in that spotlight.
I think he looks like more of a monster now than he ever has.
Huh.
Like if you look, like there are pictures comparing his wrestling image now, and he looks.
B, let me ask you a question, because I can't hear you. I don't hear anything. Kofi, you hear him?
I do.
Will it record him with sound, you think? B, will it still record you with sound? Because I can't hear you.
This is a great question.
And this is like super weird.
Either way, it doesn't matter. Tell him it doesn't matter if it records me or not.
You could be dissing me like crazy right now.
What'd you say, B? Repeat that.
Tell him if he can't hear me, then we should wrap it up anyway, because we can't conversate.
He said we should wrap it up anyway if you can't hear him, because we can't have a conversation.
Exactly. I feel like, it is what it is, man. Kofi, you believe what you believe. B, you believe. You don't believe that The Rock is not taking performance enhancement. Rock, we're not trying to slander you in any way, man. We love your movies and you're doing a great job. Fellas, this was a good one. To the people out there, hold on, wait. Subscribe. We got some things coming. We're working. We're going to get better. Just stick with us. It's a vibe. It's a movement. The Choose to Inspire, Not Destroy movement. You already know what it is. Wherever you are, whoever you are, no matter what you're doing, just be inspired. Choose to inspire, not destroy. You heard? Peace.
Yo, choose to inspire, not destroy.
Hey, what's up, everybody? If you're still tuned in, just a little heads up. I started a solo podcast. It's called The Uninspired Inspiration. It's on YouTube also. If you got a little bit of time, I'd appreciate it if you check it out. I'm trying to put some things together, build some content, and grow the channel. You know, I'd appreciate it. You already know what it is. Be inspired. Oh, and subscribe. Peace.